How to play Blitz. Blitz can be played with 2 or more players. It takes about 10 to 20 minutes and is a pretty easy game to play. Blitz is also known in other variations as 31 and Dutch Blitz. You need a standard deck of 52 cards with the jokers removed. The object of the game is to have the highest amount of cards in your hand of the same suit. For scoring, aces are worth 11 points, numbered cards 2 to 10 are worth their value, and face cards are 10 points. A dealer is chosen at random, and they deal 3 cards to each player going clockwise. The remaining cards are placed near the center of the table and will act as the draw pile for the rest of the game. The top card from the draw pile is flipped over and placed next to the draw pile, and that is now the discard pile. The player to the left of the dealer starts. They take a card from either the draw or discard pile. They then get rid of 1 card from their hand and place it on the discard pile. Player 2 gets the game underway by drawing a 5 of spades, and then they discard the 5. Player 3 follows and they pick up the 5 of hearts, which they also discard. Player 4 has 2 hearts in hand, so they pick up the 5 and now they have 3 hearts. They then discard the 6 of spades. Player 1 has a pair of spades in hand and they could use the 6, so they pick it up and discard the queen of diamonds. So now the other players know player 1 is collecting spades and player 4 is collecting hearts. It's good to keep an eye on what the other players pick up during the game. If a player feels they have the highest hand that's not a blitz, they can knock. Players can't knock, however, after picking up cards. They must wait until their next turn. Here, player 2 discards the queen of clubs and player 3 is collecting clubs. Player 3 picks up the queen and that gives them 30 points, but they're going to have to wait until their next turn if they want to knock. Player 4 picks up and discards the king of spades. Player 1 picks up the king of spades, discards their 6, and now they have 30 points. Player 1 is also thinking about knocking. Player 2 picks up and puts down the 4 of clubs. It's player 3's turn now, and with 30 points in hand, player 3 knocks. After a player knocks, the other players get 1 more turn. Player 4 picks up the 8 of diamonds, which doesn't help them. Player 1 also has 30 points in hand, but player 3 has already knocked, so player 1 picks up a card from the draw pile. It's the 9 of diamonds, and they discard that. Then player 2 picks up and discards the 4 of spades. The knocker then shows their hand first, and the other players follow. Player 3 puts their hand down and they have clubs worth 30 points. Player 4 has hearts worth 22 points. Player 1 shows they have 30 points in spades, so now they're tied with player 3, and player 2 has 29 points. When a player knocks and there's a tie, the knocker loses, so player 1 wins the round. Now a blitz is an ace and 2 face cards of the same suit, and players must say blitz before they knock. Here, player 4 has hearts in hand worth 24 points, so they pick up a card from the draw pile and it's the ace. That's a blitz! So now they have to wait for their next turn to call blitz. After play goes around the table, it's player 4's turn again. They say blitz, knock on the table, and then show their cards. With a blitz, player 4 wins the round. If someone knocks and another player scores a blitz on their last turn, it just gets counted as 31. Here, player 4 has 28 points with spades in hand, so they decide to knock. Each player gets 1 more turn to draw a card, and player 1 picks up the 5 of spades, which doesn't help them. Player 2 then picks up the ace of hearts, and that gives them a blitz. But since player 4 has knocked, it will just count as 31 points. After player 3's turn, player 4 then clears the cards away and shows their hand of spades worth 28 points. Player 1 has 25 points in diamonds. Then player 2 puts down their hand of hearts worth 31 points. Player 3 has 22 points in diamonds. Even though they didn't score a blitz, player 2 still wins the round with 31 points. And that is how to play Blitz.